Hello and welcome. I'm Gunjan Handa, and this is the Asian Chronicle. Today, we are speaking about Balochistan. Balochistan is witnessing a growing movement for rights and autonomy driven by activists addressing issues like enforced disappearances and human rights abuses. Recent events, such as the custodial killing of Balach Mola Bakhsh, have created an uproar and public outcry and has united communities. Today, we speak with a leading Baloch activist, Razzak Baloch, to discuss the evolving resistance. Mr. Razzak Baloch is the Secretary General of Baloch American Congress and belongs to a renowned political family of Balochistan and has been an active member of the ongoing resistance movement. Hello, sir. How are you this evening?
Good afternoon, namaskar. And I really thank the Asian Chronicles for this opportunity. And you have invited the Baloch American Congress to put the case of Balochistan. So our miseries start when Pakistan invaded Balochistan 27th March 1948. And Mr. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he betrayed Balochistan and sent the army to capture Balochistan. Since then, the Pakistan army is treating us like a colony because the British created this country and they have the mindset of colonial rule and the training. So that's how they are treating us. And you see, 1947, when Pakistan became a country, and I advise Pakistanis to go and see the map of Pakistan when Mr. Jinnah became the Governor General of Pakistan, 1947. In that map, Kashmir is not there, Gilgit-Baltistan is not there, Balochistan is not there. When Jinnah became the Governor General and he became a little bit powerful in the administration, and he told our Khan of Kalat to merge Pakistan with merge Balochistan with Pakistan. So our Khan took the case to our Baloch Parliament, and Baloch Parliament decided not to merge with this newly born religious country. So we are different people. And then when they invaded Balochistan, they arrested all those leaders who opted not to merge with Pakistan. And our guarantor was, the British was our guarantor to the agreements between Pakistan and Balochistan. They're going to be two separate countries. So they betrayed us and they invaded us. And we have reached to this point is because of the atrocities and the genocide and the killing of Baloch people in so many, eras. It's a long history. We will not be able to cover that. But recently, you see Dr. Marang Baloch was arrested. Samidin Baloch was arrested. Mr. Beaver was arrested, the right-hand man of Marang Baloch. And such a renowned figure, Marang Baloch, was arrested for what? He did not commit any crime. Pakistan army did crime against his father. His father was abducted, tortured, and his body was thrown on the roadside. Samidin Baloch's father, since 2009, she doesn't know whether her father is alive or not. And I don't understand. The world is silent. Pakistan is a signatory to the United Nations charters that Pakistan is going to be a civilized country and follow the rules and regulation of the international norms and the United Nations charter. And Pakistan is not following that. Pakistan is committing genocide. Pakistan is committing a crime against humanity. And Pakistan has a history, has a record, what they did in Bangladesh. They killed millions of people. They raped millions of women. And then they used United Nations Charter, the Geneva Convention, and the Pakistan army was escorted by the Indian army to go to a safe haven in India. And all those generals committed crimes against Bangladesh, and India let them free. They were escorted free to go back to Pakistan. Once they reached Pakistan, they started operations in Balochistan in 1973 and 77. So we have seen only misery and destruction by this Pakistani army in Balochistan. And in between, our leaders try to see that we can be a part of the political system. But the problem is Pakistan was under martial law all the time, either in the front or in the back. So army is ruling this country since the dawn of this Pakistan.
So, sorry.
Yes, yes. No,
Please.
go ahead. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like you mentioned that a lot of atrocities has towards the Baloch people have come at the hands of Pakistani army. Balochistan did not really have a lot of its own army, but now has gotten groups that have armed wings, including BRAS, BLA, and there is also Liberation Army, there's Liberation Front, there's BRAS. All of these people, they also have their own armed forces, right? And over past some time, we have noted that there have been a lot of armed attacks, including the Jafar Express that we recently saw. And during those attacks, a lot of violence has also occurred. So Pakistan has also been using this as an argument that this has been quote unquote a terrorist organization that has been showing its resistance for Baloch liberation. So do you think that violence is the only way out of this, and violence is the only way of getting a separate state altogether?
Okay, you see what Pakistan did and is doing, abducting our intellectuals, our doctors, our engineers, our students, our educated people, and torture them. Thousands are still in the dungeons of the Pakistan army, camps and garrisons and the cantonments. And they torture them and throw the bodies on the roadside. It's been reported. Amnesty International, all those organizations, we have been sending them the information and what Pakistan is doing in Balochistan. So once our young men said, okay, we have to die anyhow through the hands of Pakistan. So they started forming the armed groups. The United Nations gave us the permission to resist and safeguard our motherland. Today, all these armed groups are not terrorists. The Pakistan army is terrorist. Pakistan army is in my country.
Right.
We are not in Pakistan. The army of Pakistan is in Balochistan.
Right.
And doing all these atrocities in the name of Pakistan. So we are not a part of Pakistan. Our parliament did not vote for Pakistan. They said we are not going to merge with Pakistan. Now, all these young men are carrying out the attacks on Pakistan army. It should be justified because what Pakistan is doing to my people. And the Pakistanis have no shame. They don't speak a word against what Pakistan army did to Balochistan. They only see when Baloch react and Baloch take up arms. United Nations gave us the right to take up arms and do the political struggle. So we are doing both.
So is it that the army's oppression in Balochistan, their takeover of the land, their use of the resources that Balochistan is very rich in? Balochistan does have a huge chunk of natural resources that Pakistan uses and exploits for that matter as well. And including 4 different naval bases are based out of Balochistan, right? If I am quoting that correctly. And I'm trying to understand, is army's oppression one of the major reasons why Balochistan's resistance has become uh, a bigger movement now? It has become more prominent now. And if the army's oppression, or if the army's atrocities, as you mentioned, were to go away, was there a way that Balochistan would remain with Pakistan?
Okay, see, let me tell you one thing. Pakistan is not a big country to have a big army. So they have reached to a point that Pakistan's economy cannot feed this army. Pakistan's economy cannot feed the province of Punjab. So they have only, Pakistan army is using their guns to silence the Sindhis, to silence Kashmiris, silence Baltistanis, Gilgit Pashtuns, silence Baloch, to loot and plunder their wealth. And we are the wealthiest, so we are suffering more because, I'll just give you a small example so you will understand how they are ruthlessly robbing my country. There is a Sandak gold project signed with China, and it is on openly available, the information, that 50% goes to China, 48% goes to Pakistan, and 2% goes to Balochistan, and that 2% also is used by the stooges of Pakistan army. The Balochistan government is installed by the Pakistan army. There's no election, there's no real representation.
Right.
So now we have reached to a point that the people of Balochistan does not trust. They don't trust the parliament.
Right.
They don't trust the High Court. They don't trust the president. They don't trust the prime minister. They don't trust the High Court. They don't trust the election commission. So where we have reached, our Akhtarjan Mangal was in National Assembly, and he cried so many times. He said, "You are doing atrocities. You are killing my people. You are only increasing the graveyards in Balochistan." But nobody listened to him. He had to resign. Now he had taken out a rally from his hometown Wad to Quetta. And look at the stupid government. There is a tunnel going from Luck Pass, there is a place, to go to Quetta. The government closed the tunnel. And there is a sit-in over there. Have you ever seen a stupidity that the government is going to close the roads? Governments are trying to open the roads. They close the roads. Our people are sitting there, so they cannot go to Quetta. I don't know why they're scared for the peaceful political the movement. Also, they don't want to allow. So what we have to do? We have no choice. Our young men are supported by our people now, and that's how. Look at this. They say #1 army. 48 hours they could not reach to the train. And they don't claim their dead bodies like they did in Kargil. We respect our dead bodies. We wanted our dead bodies to be buried respectfully. And show me one Pakistani army body was, this thing was respectfully, they did the ceremony. They don't, because they claim that our only 28 people were died. And the BLA claimed that 214 people were died. They want to hide those.
214 of Pakistani army men.
Pakistani army men, yes.
Right. So this brings me to the next question, that a lot of countries, a lot of foreign powers have also played a major role in what is going on in Balochistan and by extension in Pakistan, especially coming to the Chinese role, like you mentioned, that 50% of the chunk is going to China. I want to understand how has China's role played into suppression of Balochistan, if at all? And moving on from that, after China, I would also like to go on to where the Afghanistan is playing its role in support of Balochistan, if at all.
Okay, see, the Chinese Communist Party is not answerable to nobody. All this gold is looted from Balochistan and deposited in the accounts of these Pakistani generals and Swiss bank and all those outside. Just imagine one general is bought an island in Australia, Kiani, General
Right.
Kiani. So how they're, see, the Chinese are criminal partners of criminal Pakistani army. So world must open their eyes. Now the second part is the China is not only looting and plundering our wealth, and they are the one who's dictating Pakistan army how to do the genocide. They're experts in genocides. So they're teaching Pakistan how to do genocide in Balochistan. Now we are hearing that they're going to send the Chinese army to Balochistan. So the dead body is going to go to China now if they send their army. That's the one thing. The second one is the Gwadar is at the mouth of the Strait of the Hormuz. I think India and United States should be concerned not to allow this the Chinese naval base in Gwadar. So that's how I think the USA and one point of time India is going to be involved to curtail that.
For
and
that
it's very
matter,
simple.
yes.
Let me
Yes, yes, sir.
This is very simple. You see, your Gilgit-Baltistan belongs to India. You take back your Gilgit-Baltistan, so their road is cut off. They cannot reach to Gwadar. They only have a waterways to reach to Gwadar. You can choke them in Bay of Malacca. So Chinese have nowhere to go, nowhere. So India must act, the United States must act, and our suffering should be, taken into consideration. And we need support from the world to either go to United Nations, international stages, and plus as you said, Afghan. So Afghans in Afghanistan, we have a part of Balochistan in Afghanistan. That is our land too.
Right.
And we have a part in Iran. The Chabar is Balochistan. So Balochistan is huge. This is not just the under occupation of Pakistan. Balochistan is huge. So the world must help Balochistan. There's going to be peace around this region.
So this brings, I was coming to this only, the role of world and the role of these major powers around Pakistan for that matter. And from where I am sitting, India's role. Mr. Modi, Prime Minister Modi in 2016 mentioned that Balochistan deserves its own autonomy, and he supported the idea of independent Balochistan, right? So has the Baloch resistance reached out to India at any point of time, and do they intend to? And if they have, what response was there, and is that a part of the plan? Is maybe merging with India a part of the plan, if at all, or is it going to be an independent state, and is India's support required in that?
You see, Balochistan was an independent country, even before British left. So that's why in Delhi, our Khan of Kalat was sitting, Mr. Nehru was sitting, Lord Mountbatten was sitting, and they announced in Delhi in August 1947 that Balochistan is going to be an independent country, and it was signed. It is called Still Stand Agreement. This was signed by 3 countries: Pakistan, Balochistan, and the British. So because India agreed to do the partition, so that's how this agreement came into being. And then Jinnah betrayed Balochistan. So that's how, our case is very strong.
Right. So, over time, we also know that British also agreed that Balochistan was not technically ready for its own state, to run its own state, or that it lagged as per British documents and how the information flows, that Balochistan as a nation was not ready for its own autonomy. It was not ready to function as an independent state. Hence, the whole idea of merging it with Pakistan came up, and then Khan of Kalad was taken to Pakistan and made to sign the treaty where he would merge with Pakistan when Jinnah, when he put his feet in Balochistan and took a lot of your leaders, like you mentioned. So I am trying to understand if that was at that point of time our oppressors, British, which were our common oppressors for that matter, for India, Pakistan, and Balochistan, our oppressors, the British, they believed that Balochistan was not ready for an independent state. Is that something that holds any ground? Is that true at any point of time? Was that true then, and is it true now? Is Balochistan ready for an independent state if there were to be one?
Okay. Our leadership, Mir Gonsbach Bizenjo, Sardar Atalov and Mangal, Khairbakhsh Mari, all those great leaders. And look at the condition in Balochistan. We did have a parliament. Pakistan did not have a parliament. Pakistan was supported and given the support by British to crawl and then get up and start walking. So all these crucial states in Middle East, who gave them the support? The British. Who gave them the support in United Nations? The Pakistan. Who's the guarantor of Pakistan? United Nations. So we have even today, Balochistan can be a country, and Balochistan does not need Pakistan. Pakistan needs Balochistan because of the wealth of Balochistan. So I don't know you see, there are so many things you cannot disclose that what is going on between backdoor with the India or America or British. So we are trying to get the support. We must get support. So we are trying to get the support. It's open. It's not like we are hiding it. If we get the support from anywhere, we're going to accept that. We're going to kick this barbarian army out of my country. We don't need these barbarians.
Like you mentioned, that Pakistan needs Balochistan. This is something that goes per the statistics and the resources that Balochistan provides Pakistan with. This brings me to a question that I've been wanting to ask, that how will Pakistan suffer from Balochistan separation? And is that why Pakistan is not willing to let go of Balochistan? And how does it affect Pakistan in general if Balochistan were to become a separate state?
You see, Pakistan is using its mercenary army. Right now, maybe Britain or America or other places, Pakistan offers the mercenary army. They go, and for the money they can go anywhere and do anything. So we are trying to see that once they stop using this mercenary army, so this army is a liability for even Pakistan itself. Pakistan cannot feed this army. And if the outside world is not using this mercenary army, so that's why they become ruthless. That's why they become more like vulture style army has become Pakistan. So we have to see that with the world support, and Pakistan must be, you see, in that region, once Pakistan is not there, so all the Afghans, the Balochistan, India, and all that region will automatically become peaceful.
So, Mr. Baloch, like we were talking, that government has always been present in Balochistan, and that Balochistan had a parliament before even Pakistan had a parliament. I want to ask about something that UN has given Balochistan a provision of a government in exile. How does this function, and has it been of any help, and is it working right now?
Government in exile need a lot of support from outside. So hopefully, when they realize that this is needed, so that's gonna be. It depends which host country gonna agree with us and has a good spine to stand for Baloch cause. So we are ready. We don't need outside that kind of help from this thing. Their boots on the ground. Our boots are enough for them. All we need is the international support, like if there is an exile government or United Nations start listening to us. And over here in America and Britain, and we are getting some good signals. Before they were not listening to us, but now they are listening. You see, my president, Dr. Tarachan Baloch, wrote a letter to United Nations to intervene, and so that there is going to be a peaceful solution to Balochistan's problem, because we want a third party to be involved, the United Nations to be involved, so that they can be a guarantor. And the Pakistan army must be withdrawn from Balochistan and decide the future of Balochistan. And our independence must be restored at 27th August 1948. We used to be a country. So that must be restored. And Pakistan army must quit my land. We don't need them. Let Pakistan enjoy their own big army. So that is our struggle, and then we have a right to defend our motherland. All our young men sacrificing their life for the independence of Balochistan, because Pakistan itself is a beggar. He's going to only loot and plunder my land. They're not going to give us nothing. So that's why we have reached to this point that we need the world help to kick them out of my land so we can use the resources of Balochistan for the people of Balochistan, so that we can have a scientist, we can have educationists, we can have a beautiful society. You see, our society, my president Tarachan Baloch is from Hindu community in Balochistan. We celebrate Holi, we celebrate Christmas, we have the Sikhs. When the Pakistan army bombarded the palace of Nawab Akbar Khan Bukti, at that time, they destroyed one of the temple, the mandir. So many Hindus were killed. And the world is silence to their, high-handedness on my land. So we need to kick them out. That's the only solution.
Talking about solution, I wanted to come to this question, and this also brings me to my last question to you, that the solution that Balochistan and all these resistance fronts are looking for is an independent state, but also understanding Pakistan's stand here, that Pakistan is going to lose a lot more than any other resistances that it has lost to. It loses its natural resources, a huge chunk of its land, and it also brings it to a point where it might break into four different parts, including Sindh, Balochistan, Pakistan separation, like a Punjabi Pakistan, and then there are going to be like different states in it altogether, and the existence of Pakistan is at the at a question at the end of it. So I want to understand that when we talk about a solution, Is there another solution other than a separate state altogether? Is there a solution that maybe Pakistan and Balochistan can agree to as two different parties who can come together to one solution that is not a separate state but something else?
See, the problem is Pakistan does not have a political system. Who are you going to talk to? How are you going to solve problems? The Sindh wants to be free. They want to make a Sindhu Desh. The Pashtuns want to be free. They want to make a Pashtunistan. Balochistan already used to be a country, is going to be a country. And Gilgit-Baltistan and the Kashmir, they don't belong to Pakistan. So Pakistan is going to be shrink. And I don't think if there is a peaceful solution and the United Nations get involved, the Sindhis also want to make a Sindhu Desh. The Pashtuns want to make a Pashtunistan. Because of this Pakistani army, they destroyed Afghanistan, they destroyed the Pashtun land, they destroyed Balochistan land, they destroyed Sindh land. They're stopping the water to Sindh now from Punjab. So how are you going to deal with these vultures? So there is only one way. This country cannot be repaired. Pakistan cannot be repaired. Pakistan, even the Punjabis and the political parties, look at the major political parties. They are under the clutches of the army. The Supreme Court is under the clutches of the army. Everything is under the clutches of the army. Look at the idiots. They destroy their own economy. The Pakistan army has become a business army. They're selling eggs, they're selling chickens, they're selling cement, they're selling cereals. This is the kind of army they don't have the economy, and they themselves destroyed the economy. There's no national, what you call the businessman. Any businessman in Pakistan have money, they have run away from Pakistan. They destroyed their economy. Now the Pakistan army has become like a vulture and grabbing the wealth of Sindh, the wealth of Balochistan, the wealth of Pashtunistan. And now the Pashtun areas also, they have mineral earth resources. And they are just out to grab it with the guns. So that's how I think the Sindhis have to take up arms. The Pashtun have to take up arms. The Balochis have already taken up arms. So my request to the Sindhis and Pashtuns and the Kashmiris and Gilgit-Baltistanis, support Balochistan so that we get rid of this barbarian army. And Pakistan cannot survive without Balochistan. Once you support Balochistan, Balochistan is a free land. So they cannot keep the Sindh under the clutches. They cannot keep Pashtunistan under the clutches. They cannot keep Gilgit-Baltistan under the clutches and the small part of Jammu. I don't see any Kashmir part in there. These idiots, they call it Kashmir, but that's the part of Jammu. So I think, I mean, we appreciate that Modi ji raised the case of Balochistan 2016, but we need to see the more actions needed. And how much dead bodies we have to bury. United Nations must get involved, India must get involved, USA must get involved, the civilized world must get involved. So Balochistan is not Pakistan, and Pakistan is not a civilized country. So that is my, message to the world and the region.
That brings us to the end of this conversation with you, sir. We were talking to Mr. Razzak Baloch, and with a little more understanding of the Baloch issue and with the sentence that Mr. Baloch ended, Balochistan is not Pakistan. Will Balochistan become a separate state altogether remains to be seen. I'm Gunjan Handa, and this is the Asian Chronicle.